Hey everybody, welcome back to our 118 Amplified Survival World. I hope you're having yourselves a wonderful day. I did some mining off camera, about 3 hours worth, and I thought we'd start today's episode off by firstly mining everything. We're 52 blocks into the air, and we have a lot of mining to do. Even more mining to do with all these diamonds. That's a lot of diamonds. So let's get started. And it took me 15 minutes. I was thinking to myself, this is going to take me 5 minutes. This shouldn't take me that long. No, I was wrong. The deep slate is what did it. Oh, wow. Oh, remind me not to do that ever again. Okay, now it is time for the diamonds. I think this is about 61 blocks of diamonds. Nope, this is 60 blocks of diamonds. Let's see how we do. Pew, 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 pew. Kind of funny sound. Okay, that's it. All right, how many? Oh, 2 stack. Yeah, so it's great that we got all of these resources now, and you know, yeah, I'm really excited, really happy for it. But the problem is that I got nowhere to put them. This, like, look at this. This is too cramped. I can't even access my door. It's hard to get in. It's difficult. It's hard to move around in here. And look at this chest. The precious metals is just full of copper. I think this calls for a GP solution to a GP problem. What does that even mean? I don't know. But what I do know is that I feel like building today. And I have done a bit of work on the terraforming, trying to finish it, finalize it. And once again, remind me never to build another terraform project like this. I love starting them. I really do. It's just the finishing part. That's the hardest part. It looks great from this one side, but then you get to the top of it. Look at this. This is the backside. This is the belly of the beast. The inner workings. I mean, there is no way I am covering and building another mountain on that side over there. I even did some grass terraforming over here, and it doesn't look half bad. Like, am I extending it from there all the way up to this hill? No thank you. No thank you. This thing may be a bit more ambitious than I'm ready to take on. But that being said, we are going to build another large temple right here today. Yeah, that's right. I want to turn this hill into another temple for our storage. Obviously, we got to sort out that problem. I don't want to fool you into thinking that I have some grand master plan for how this area is going to turn out, because I absolutely do not have a hot clue what I'm going to do today. But what I do have is a lot of time on my hands. So let's start doing something. I don't know. Let's start placing blocks, see what happens. Yep. Yep. There we go. That's the block. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I can tell this is going to be amazing. This is going to be an absolutely amazing build. I can already feel it. So what we have here is a walkway. Now, this isn't going to be the permanent walkway. I'm still trying to decide whether or not we're going to make a connection from the main path down there. So the bridge that was initially here, I tore out just because I wanted to make sure it didn't influence the build, because it was ultimately just a very temporary thing. So what we have here is going to be some staircases leading to this here, the grand central staircase. It's going to go all the way up to the top. I was looking at some designs online of temples, and one thing I really liked was the fact that you could go inside them. So this will be sort of an open area, and we're going to have a, roof on top. Roof. And same thing for the other side there as well. Something going up, and perhaps some kind of skylight. I think that would be kind of neat. But yeah, I'm very happy with the direction that this is moving, so I'm gonna keep working on it. All right, it's a few hours later, and I just came back from a run, so apologies if I sound a bit wheezy. Anyways, we have an important decision to make now. What are we gonna do with these here towers? We've got our, starter house there, and I don't want to get rid of any of this land, really. Maybe change it a bit to match the temple. We got to find a way now to incorporate these towers into the land and put maybe something here, right, with the staircase. It's also very important that we don't neglect this side, which is it's neglected. That's it. There's nothing, no beating around the bush on that one. But I might again do that a bit later. I think that's just going to be a common theme with this area. I'll just do it a bit later. But you know what I didn't do later? I didn't start putting in some grass and start terraforming the land and all that. No, I went right ahead. I was like, you know what? I want to get something done. So I started working on a large archway that goes right above our wheat fields and took out a bunch of the land right beneath the massive towers. I find for me, the best way to get into a project mode like this is just to turn on a music playlist and just go for it. That looks pretty good. I love the composition of it, especially the arch. Oh, everything just lines up so perfectly. Although it is an odd block, and some of you might find that a bit OCD inducing, but I promise you I won't show you anything that doesn't align properly. Ha 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 ha. I'm one block off of the window right up there. Right, these two blocks are down here. Those two blocks line up right directly with the window. Now that you've seen it, you'll never be able to unsee it. This here I changed out. It used to be one of those massive, falling things. Yeah. We've also got this massive archway that's all fallen apart and broken down here. And I want to put it down there eventually, but that will come at a later date. All right, I'm having a bit of troubles deciding what we're going to put here. I have laid out, or I've cleared a bit of space to allow for a walkway, but I'm finding that it's a bit too close to the giant tower thing here. So I want to put a walkway here, but I think realistically we should just put a really steep cliff. You know what, we'll do it on the one side here, and we'll judge if this looks bad, then we'll not do it on the other side. Yeah, you know what? I'm not too displeased with that. I think it looks pretty good. We could always do a makeshift path going around the side if we wanted to, some sort of scaffolding thing or whatever. Very cool. Well, both sides now have terrain put in on either side. You can't really tell on the left side there because it's pretty small, but it's there. Actually, let me go up and show you. Yep, there you go. Look at that. Grass hasn't fully grown in yet, so you can tell that I just did it. All right, it is time now to actually get some stuff done, not just terraforming. The front of this temple is looking kind of bleh. Yeah, we're going to fix this up, make it look a little bit better, probably change a bit of the staircase design. I asked you guys last episode some lore ideas for the area, and I got some great suggestions, actually. Keep them coming, by the way. I have a couple of ideas for things, but I really do want to hear what you guys think. But this area, I really wanted it to be a collapsed ravine, almost as if the land was here and then it just cracked and fell open and it revealed this large waterway that was underneath it. The bridge that we'll build here is a little bit destroyed, maybe even bring the land back a bit further and, yeah, make the bridge sort of collapsed into the water. Anyways, I'm going to get to work on this, so enjoy this cinematic time lapse. Okay, I think this looks pretty good. I still got a bit of work to do, putting a bunch of the decrepit old, fallen bricks and stuff down in the ground there. Make it a little bit more, same for this side too. I haven't made any of this stuff torn down. It's all just sort of the structure, and then over here is pretty standard. But that's work for a later GP, because current GP, if you recall at the beginning of the episode, I said, look at this. This is too cramped. I can't even access my door. And that's what this is for. I cleared out a bit of space in between the two staircases. I split them apart, whereas before it was just a staircase going straight up the middle. We have two staircases now, and this will be the mess hall, or the entrance into what will become our storage room for the area. What's kind of crazy, and something that I have been thinking about, is just how skewed or how distorted a perspective of time this episode has been. we're only just past the 10-minute mark on the video, and you don't see how much work I've actually put in behind the scenes. 10 hours of work really gets you 10 minutes, so 1 hour of work is 1 minute of video. And you know something really interesting that occurred to me while I was digging out the storage room here, is that what we're building, this overgrown temple area, is a visual representation of time passing, because it's overgrown. There we go. The storage room is looking really, really good. I'm loving the ambient lighting. Now with the 1.18 update, we can make the lighting a lot more ambient looking, and there is no spot in here that is a light level 0. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start roughening up this place. It looks a little bit too pristine for the overgrown aesthetic that we're going with. Obviously, we've got the overgrown temple there. We've got the overgrown temple there. You know, roughen it up, make it tough. And also do the floor, add some moss, some leaves, some stuff all around, and I think it's going to look really good. All right. Well, there we have it. The storage room pretty much finished. I put in all the moss, put in some water canals down in the middle, and if you notice, I put some water up at the top, so it's sort of like it's dripping and actually feeding these water canals. One thing I find super useful about this is if I ever need water down here, I can just quickly grab a bucket, and it acts as though it's an infinite water source. And I've also got this monstrosity. My attempt at a face didn't turn out so well. So say goodbye to that, and instead what we're going to do is just a simple little waterfall, make it a little bit more decorative so that it looks like it's kind of flowing into the water canal, and yeah, just make it look good, basically. That's the goal. And there we go, just a few little blocks later. It looks pretty good, I think. It also offers us the ability to expand this area, say if we ever run out of space, which I highly doubt is going to happen in here. But if we were, we do have a bunch of space in behind there. We can stick a bunch of stuff. So that's perfect. Okay, what I want to do now is I want to just turn on shaders and have a look at this place. See what it looks like. We saw it in those time lapses, but I want to see what it looks like for real, just walking around it. Just to get a sense of how everything looks. Okay. Not too shabby. Oh, I love the ambience in here. The ambient lighting really does a number on this place. You can see the water reflections in there. Well, from out here, to be honest, it just kind of looks like a flat gray wall. Oh, but isn't this just a view? Imagine like another one of these temples off in the distance over there in the fog as you're walking down the stairs. You see a foggy temple. Oh, and this arch thing, it's like blocking the sun. Okay, not too shabby. It definitely needs some work on this side, but I mean, we're gonna do that at a later date. Yes. Anyways, guys, it is time now for today's comment of the day. That's right, we have another comment, and this time it comes from Little John. Man, you have so much mental strength to tear down an entire mountain than I would. I'd do it for more than an hour. I'd do it for an hour, then forget about it for a year, then maybe do it again for another hour. You know what, sometimes it's just a lot of fun to turn on your favorite playlist, hop in the world, spend 2-3 hours just digging, maybe watching some YouTube videos at the same time. I just got myself actually a second monitor, so now I can actually do that, and I see why people do that. They, hop on the world, watch some YouTube, do some mining, and it's actually pretty relaxing. Every so often you kind of need that. You need that downtime, the time to just chill out, watch some YouTube. I've said that like 16 times, but yes, watch YouTube. But you're watching YouTube right now. Anyways, thank you very much for the comment, Little John. And to everybody else, thank you very much for watching. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have yourselves a wonderful day or weekend or night or evening or whatever you're going to have, okay? Have a good one. Bye-bye.